Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Herb Carl Talks show. And today I'm going to talk about the psychology of goth girls. They're fun. Who doesn't like them? They're basically a meme at this point. Big titty goth girls that you've seen online. But there is something fascinating about them in general, and I should know from first-hand experience. It's pretty great. I mean, if heaven exists, it's between a goth girl's legs. I'm being completely honest with you. And I dated a goth girl for 3 months. It was the best time of my life. She broke my heart in the end, but I don't regret it at all. And as I reflect back on it, the attraction went deeper than just physical. Because my whole life, I cared about. I was always more self-conscious and cautious. Very orderly person. I think more about the facts. Where this girl, she would dye her hair red, wore a dog collar, had a T-shirt with Goku on it, and had a giant dick on it. She got from a convention, anime convention, and also she would dress as Harley Quinn. So obviously, she was not marriage material. She, if her favorite character was the most dysfunctional bitch ever drawn with a pencil. But that's neither here nor there. She was extremely expressive, comfortable being weird, comfortable standing out. That was never me. I was more of like, I don't want to be noticed. And I think the attraction was more than just physical. I think she had she embodied unlived parts of myself, and that's why I was attracted to this person. She wasn't obsessed with social approval. She was comfortable showing people who she was, and she's just was saying very openly expressive of herself, and that's what I loved about it. The way she dressed, like she was a goth girl, and she was so freaking cute, and I just admired those aspects of her because you don't really see that many people. Because nowadays people are just sanitizing themselves in school, work, on social media. Even this girl didn't give a fuck about that. So that was what the most fascinating thing I liked her. And as I already said, one of them was she represented freedom, freedom of expression, freedom of approval. She just loved being weird, and I'm a weird person. I'm recording this, trying to make a living off of making videos. And this person just embodied that principle as a person. And she was also a theater kid. I love theater kids. I worked in high school. I love them so much. Looking back now, I wish I dated a theater kid in high school. I didn't date anybody in high school at all. Well, it was one girl who felt sorry for me and said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll suck your dick. She didn't suck my dick till 2 years later. But that's neither here nor there. I love theater kids because they're super weird. They're very expressive. And that's something I was never until I started doing stand-up comedy as well. And I think that's why this person just wanted me. Like, I wanted this person so much. They were able to display everything about themselves, whereas most people hide themselves. They had to carry a persona just to go about their day-to-day business. This person didn't care. She didn't care whether you liked her or not. And that is what I liked about her. Of course, I am a man in the end, and she was fucking hot. She had a big booty. I should know, I saw it. And she was beautiful, but like I said, not only beautiful, but she was weird. Not because I feel like most girls there are beautiful from society standards. They're very like meek, very like submissive. This girl really did not give a like I said. She didn't care what you thought about her. She would wear a dog collar. She'd make jokes out in public. She would. She wore, like I said, on her third date, she wore a shirt with Goku. His hands were like this, and he had a giant dick, a, a comically, unreasonably sized large dick. And she liked that for some reason. She'd wear things like that. And frankly, she was, in my opinion, goth girls from my experience, are the modern day sirens, because she just didn't care what people thought about her. She was very unpredictable, loved going out, and she was freaking beautiful. And I'm like, well, of course I want that too. I want it all. Like she represented both beauty and rebellion. I think that's what every man wants. Because some women are very like, no, I mean, yeah, you should probably have a trad wife, but at the same time, they're kind of boring if you think about it. Where this woman, she represented fun in its fullest sense. Now, I can't be the only one that likes goth girls. I mean, think about it. How many memes have you seen nowadays about goth girls? They called. I remember seeing a meme where they call it chocolate cake, the goth girl cheesecake, and there's so many memes about it. Even Drake said he wants a goth baddie. Drake, the guy who wrote "So Far, So Gone," wants a goth girl. I obviously I'm not insane, and I think big titty goth girls has become a meme because they just the outsiders become mainstream. Before, goth was just some simple was it first of all originating in Europe. It emerged from the UK post-punk scene. The word came from Gothic literature. It means things that are associated with death, darkness, horror, mystery, and the grotesque. And as a collective unconscious, we're always been fascinated with things that seem taboo and forbidden, and these women represent that dark side for us. It used to be very niche, and the aesthetic is now mainstream. And we have to wonder, why do people like that so much? I mean, people have always liked it, but it's kind of like now everyone wants a big T goth girl, or Aga Allen Ho, as they say. I know it's a basic meme. I think the possibilities are, like for I said, I feel like people are starving for authenticity because everywhere you go, you're kind of expected to play a role. In high school, you're expected to just follow the rules, sit down, be quiet, raise your hand, and ask for permission. Jobs, you can't really be yourself. I can't post something like talk about this at work if I want to keep my job. Or professional branding, like the way you brand. Most people live online, be it LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. They're kind of making a brand of who they are, and you want to be validated by it. So of course you're gonna go with something that's sanitized and neutered of who you are. Gawkers don't give a fuck. And the other thing is that most people crave individual. Everyone craves individuality. They want to be. They don't want to be like anybody else. They don't want to be part of the mob or the crowd. Yet, everyone. It's so interesting how people don't want to be part of the crowd. Yet they're scared to stand out. You obviously don't care if you're willing to dye your hair red, wear pale makeup, and wear black all the time. You clearly don't give a fuck. So that's why people are fascinated with goth girls, because they're away from the normal and are on the outskirts of the margins, and that's why people love them. And on a psychological level, goth girls represent freedom. They're unconscious of fitting in. They don't care what you think about them. They care about just being themselves. And rebellion is very attractive, especially when because everyone wants a sense of adventure in their life, and why not just have a fling with a goth girl? You can have that because they're gonna take you out anywhere you want. They don't want to be tied down. They want to have fun, and I think that's what's alluring to men. You just want to be with someone. It's something you can't have that makes the chase even better. Very pleasurable. But what do you think about goth girls? Do you think they're overrated? Do you think they're ever gonna go away? Because the thing is that we always had sirens in human history, and these are just the modern day sirens. So that's my discussion on goth girls. So bye.